I am going to transition into a question that we get a lot, and it's just kind of some practical stuff with placing your orders. So, when you are thinking about placing orders, we have a suggested starter kit. That's part of what we have put together as a team, as a Revive team. If you haven't seen that suggested order kit, maybe you're watching this and you're new to our team, or you're watching this as a recording. We've put some packages together, mainly because it's easier to say, hey, here's some of the packages based on some of the things you have going on in the body. And we have great places to start. But what I want to talk about is for that person that's interested in building a business who wants to put in additional orders. Do you ever did you get to the beginning and you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do? How do I order my next thing? Because I want more product. So a couple things I want to highlight is that, when you're placing your orders, and again, I'm talking to the business builder, right? When we're putting in our brand partners that are wholesale buyers, we're putting them on auto ship. But when somebody is building a business, you want to think about before your manager, right? So when you first come in, before that first level, you need 55 points. And so, I think that's always good. It took me quite a while to remember what that number was. What does that mean? It means that all patches are assigned a point value and not a dollar value, because we're in over 80 countries. And so LifeWave uses a point system. So before you get to manager, to stay active, you need any sleeve of product. It can be a supportive patch. It can be X39, X49, Eon. There's 12 of them, I think. Pretty close. But it can be any of them. It doesn't matter. But it needs to be within a 30-day period. Once you're a manager, the only other commitment, which is really great in this business, is that you need 110 points every month in order to stay active. Now, this just popped into my head and it's not in my notes. If you guys are on auto ship, it's attached to your credit card. Guys, put a second credit card in there and make sure that you do that little toggle that says that you are okay with them charging your second credit card in case there's something wrong with your first credit card. That's a big deal. So just make sure you have that. You've got two credit cards in there just in case. Like I just had to have, I had credit card fraud and I had to whatever. So if you forget that, oh my goodness, that was attached to that, you want to have a backup plan. You don't want to lose your points. All the points continue to roll over as long as you are active. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I am going to go ahead and share my screen because I want to show you what it looks like. And so what I did was I pulled up my son's, well, I had it, but you know what? It logs you out, right? So I'm going to pull up my son's information because he still has upgrades left, and that will make sense in just a second as we go through. So I love that LifeWave has set it up that we can upgrade with our next orders. When you go to store, this is where you place your orders. If you go all the way to the bottom, it's going to give you an option to go to upgrade kit. Now, I will tell you, once you upgrade all the way to diamond, that goes away. And so, you just kind of want to tuck that in the back of your mind. So if you're talking to somebody on your team or you're talking to somebody, you're not going to see that, but they will in their back office. Okay, so when you go to upgrade kits, it is going to give you options to do upgrades. And I'm not going to go through all of the details because that's in training, but it gives you all of your information in here. Okay. So I've got Noah, he is already a gold. And so what he has left is a platinum and a diamond. Now, I want to say a couple things. With platinum, if you have just a wholesale product user, it's great for them to go ahead and take advantage of that. And they can upgrade to platinum. The thing about platinum is if you look at this total volume in points, it's 75. So just take note of that, because if somebody is a manager and above and they need 110 points and they decide that they want to upgrade to platinum, that's kind of a big chunk of money and they're getting a lot of patches for that price. And they're going to be required to place an order the next month in order to keep their account active. And so sometimes people will choose, if they're a manager or above, to go right from gold to diamond. So with the diamond, it gives you plenty of volume, and it also includes 2 additional months. So it's 3 months that you don't have to put in an auto ship, and it keeps your account active. If you have any questions about that, guys, I would love for you to just jot some notes, because after we're done with our training tonight, we're going to go ahead and open it up to questions. The other thing that I wanted to go ahead and share next is that you do get credit for your own orders. So if you have, what does that mean? It means that if I have points that are over 110, whatever is additional will roll into the next month. It doesn't show up in your points right away. And it goes to your lesser leg, right? We've got a right leg and a left leg. If your points are over 110, into the next month, it will show up. So, I just want you to know you do get credit for those points. Another way to place an order is a maintenance kit. So again, if you go to store and you click on maintenance kits, there are several, and I want to highlight what the difference is and why there's a certain maintenance kit that's better than others. So you've got the maintenance kit. What I want you to look at is the BV. That's that bonus volume. It's the points volume. Again, it needs to either be 55 or 110 based on where you are. So again, I'm going to talk to that person that is a manager or above, right? Because you need 110 points. And really, you can get to manager pretty quickly in this business. You just got to keep talking to people, right? So that's why I want to focus more on the 110. This one is a value of 110 or higher, and this one is value of 110 or higher. So those are the two that you want to look at. Here's the cool thing about your maintenance pack. And again, you guys can go in your back office. I'm not going to give you all the details. I want to keep this short and sweet. I just know that some people don't know that this is in the back office, and it's a great way to order product. Here's why. Because when you click on this, it gives you product. Well, let me go ahead and click on it. It'll make more sense when we do it, right? So if I click on this, it's going to give you 14 patches. And when you do it, it's also going to give you 117 points for the next 6 months. Now, all of the product you get all at once. Why is that great? Because you only pay shipping one time, right? So you get all of the sleeves that you need, and but it takes those points and brings it forward. So on this, you can pick and choose what you want to get in your cart, and then you just add it to your cart. Now, Barb, I can see you on my screen, so I'm going to ask you a question. I'm circling this one-click order and add to cart. Can you guys see that on your screen? Sweet. So this is another question that comes up. Guys, if you click one-click order, it's automatically going to go through and charge your credit card. If you're wanting it to go in your shopping cart and then you want to view it, and maybe you want to change the address, or you want to change your the way you're paying for it, you need to add it to your cart. One-click order means exactly that. You click it and it's to your door, and everything that's already preset in your back office, that's what it is. I've had some people that are like, you can't like really undo that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here, and there were actually two, excuse me, different options for that volume of 110 or above. What this one is it's 9 sleeves. So on the first one, it was all of your supportive patches. For those of you who maybe don't know, supportive patches, you get 2 supportive patches for an X39. That's why you saw 14 on the other screen. This one you see 9. It's only 39 or 49 is your option. So when you go to next and you're putting your packages together, you're either choosing 39 or 49. And it gives you 110 volume for 6 months. This is your total price. And that's pretty clear. But again, I just wanted to show you that. One more thing I want to show you Because again, it's all about teaching people how to get the biggest bang for your buck. So maybe you know, you're on auto ship. So for me personally, I love X39, X49. I use those every month. I get the performance kit. So when you go to the performance bundle, it's bundled beautifully that you can get the 39 and 49 at $179. When you put it on auto ship, it's $169. It doesn't tell you it's $169 until you actually get the invoice. It will show you that it's $179. So that's sometimes a little bit confusing. So for me, if I were to go up here in my account and go to my monthly subscription, I have the performance bundle. Well, there's also additional supplemental products that I use. So this covers my maintenance, right? Every month, my 110 or higher. But if I go to patches and I want to order a supplemental patch, let's say I just want to get a bunch of glutathione because I want to detox, I want that master antioxidant in my body. I want you to look at this. So when you order one glutathione, it's $69.95 is your wholesale price. Your volume is 55 points. So if you did one of those and you weren't a manager yet, you would be able to do the one and stay active. If you decide you want two, now it takes the price down per sleeve of products by $10. Now it also reduces your bonus volume. So you need to make sure you're looking at that, right? So knowing what those volumes are, because if you are, I'm going to have to get my calculator out. There are a lot of things that I'm good at, math. Okay, so 47 plus 47 is 94. So if I had an active account and I was a manager or above and I needed 110, you're going to have to order 3 and not 2, right? Because if you were to order the 55 and you think that it's 2, it's not 110. You're just under 110. So again, a couple little tricky things that once you do it once, you understand, but I don't want you guys to learn the hard way. Now, any supportive patch falls into this multi-unit pricing level. So if you decided you wanted to get one glutathione and one Ice Age and one Eon, it's the same quantity and pricing. Okay. So again, you can order those. It's going to save you on shipping. And that is one way to keep your costs down. So I just wanted to highlight a few of those things. I am going to stop my share and I'm just going to glance quickly at my notes because I think that was really all I wanted to cover. It was just a few of those things that we wanted to make sure we were discussing with that next order when you're placing additional orders. Now, let's say, because I know that there are some people that I'm seeing on the screen, and I am one of those, is that I wanted a lot of X39 even after I upgraded all the way to Diamond. When you go in that back office, and I didn't show this one, but you can also get X39 in a 20 pack, which also brings that price down. So there have been a couple times where I have ordered 20 products or 20 X39 at one time. So again, lots of different ways that you guys can place orders. We will definitely open it up and ask any questions, but should I record that? I guess we can keep it on the recording. You know, first, I think I want to throw this back to Robin. Robin, is there anything else training wise or anything that maybe you and I talked about this week that we wanted to cover that I haven't yet?
The only thing that I can think of is when you were talking about the maintenance packs, you were talking about the volume that they were going to get, and that's per month. So if you order one of those 6-month packages and it says 117 or whatever it is, you get 117 in volume each month. So you're set for 6 months. You're active for 6 months when you do that. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah, thank you. Because the other thing that you want to make sure is that you are setting an auto ship for that 7th month, right? So maybe you're on auto ship and you know, you're like, you know what, I want to go ahead and get a maintenance pack. You take your auto ship and set it ahead for 7 months, knowing that your maintenance pack is going to cover 6 months, but you don't want to forget in that 7th month and become inactive. So yeah, just a couple little.
And the other thing with the maintenance packs too, and I can't remember if you actually just covered this, Dawn, you probably did, but in the maintenance packs, the price is reduced also. Did you cover that?
I did not. I just
Okay.
kind of showed it on the screen, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I think in the maintenance packs, the X39 and X49, I want to say they're like $84 a piece. And all of the support patches, I believe, are $50 a piece. So you
And you're
get a
paying
break.
shipping one
Yeah,
time.
and you're only paying shipping once. So you're getting a break in the price and you're only paying shipping once is the benefit of, and you know, if it's a 6 month maintenance pack, you're getting your volume spread out for the next 6 months.
And you get all
per
the
month.
product at one time. And I
Yeah.
love that. You just, I'll tell you, there are times where people in like I just signed somebody up last week and I wanted her to have the product in hand. She had inflammation, she had things going on, she was in pain. I was able to place her order and I sent it to her still. I was going to see her again. She's in my hometown. Or, you know, you can do this different ways, but I wanted her to walk away with the product in hand. And guys, literally, she had a difference in days. You know, not everybody's a one patch wonder, but we celebrate when that happens. And it was really neat for her to be able to start the product right away. So I like having all of the maintenance pack at one time because I'd like to have extra. You know, we do get those phone calls sometimes that are, I had no idea I was almost out of patches. You know, you have those patch emergency calls. So, you know, make sure you have extra. Barb, anything along those lines that you want to fill in the gap that we shared?
Nope.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open it up. If you guys, I think, Shannon, give me like a little wave if you're not able to unmute. I know you had put in the chat. So let's go
I
ahead.
can now.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it going. What other questions do you have? Do you have questions about Punta Cana? Do you have questions about ordering? Let's start with that based on just the content that we talked about so far tonight.
I'm going to just add really quickly to the maintenance packs. If you do the first one, you know, so if people are, you know, they want to try all the different patches and have them. So if they order 2 sets of those, they end up getting 110 points for 6 months because it gets them 55 each. So that was something I was recommending to people is like, okay, you want to try a lot of these. And they're able to do that. And then they're able to get 6 months and they can share, all right, the sleep, you know, or some of the other ones and have all of those supplemental patches on hand. So that's kind of a nice thing too. And then they can keep ordering some of the other ones.
So even somebody that's not building a business, somebody that's just looking
Yeah.
to buyer.
Yeah.
And then their account stays active and you can go, hey, just wanted to let you know what was going on while you were trying to
Yeah.
purchase, you know, your account stayed
Exactly.
active and yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, maintenance packs are great. I mean, you
They're
know,
awesome.
we've talked about the auto ship a lot, but we really haven't discussed maintenance packs much. And yeah, it's nice to see the variety on there.